The Nuggets and OKC for a first of a back-to-back game stand against the Thunder. Let's dive in. You're watching CS 105.1, where I talk about sports with good vibes. Let's get it. How's it going, everyone, and welcome. I'm CS Chandler, here for another take of Nuggets basketball. So the Nuggets were in OKC today for the first of two games in a back-to-back against the Thunder to finish out this regular season series. The Nuggets were pretty much fully healthy except for Strother out at the start of this game, at least. The starting lineup was Nikola Jokić, AG, Michael Porter Jr., Jamal Murray, and Christian Brown. The Nuggets were in their white jerseys. The OKC were in their black jerseys. And it was a brutal loss for the Nuggets. They definitely got overwhelmed today. Didn't look like that so much in the start of the game, but by the end of the game, it was definitely, unfortunately, a blowout as the Thunder got the win 127-103. What happened? Well, let's dive into this brutal game. So the first quarter, the Nuggets controlled the tip and opening the quarter on a 10-0 run, sparked by a three from AG. It was looking so bright. The future for the Nuggets was looking so bright, followed by a stellar defensive plays that led to easy buckets. It looked like we were surely going to win this game just from the start of how things went. Dort, though, finally got a three for the Thunder to get them on the board at the 9-minute mark. So it took nearly 3 minutes for the Thunder to finally get a bucket. But then the Nuggets responded with back-to-back buckets themselves to push the lead up to 11, forcing the Thunder to take the first timeout of the game. Out of the break, though, this is kind of where things started to shift. Momentum started to shift. So the Thunder answered with a 10-0 run of their own, prompting Malone to take a timeout to stop that momentum. AG then exited the game with a right calf tightness. If you've been following the Nuggets, if you love the Nuggets, you know that this has been a consistent issue this season with Aaron Gordon. And you hate to see it because that happening, hopefully he went out right when he kind of felt it so that it gave him some time to kind of relax, and hopefully he'll be available tomorrow. But that was a crucial hit to the Nuggets this game specifically, because he definitely was a huge factor for the overall plays and vibes for the team and the defense. The defense really kind of lingered after that and was kind of slumping after. Not a great sign for the Nuggets. So Jokić, though, struggled to bring the ball across the baseline, but smartly bounced the ball off of a defender, though the refs finally ruled it out on the Nuggets. So Malone had to take a early challenge to call and won that. In the closing moments, Jalen Williams drilled a three at the buzzer to cut the lead to 1. But the Nuggets still held on to take the first 29-28. The second quarter, the Thunder opened the second with back-to-back buckets to take a 3-point lead before MPJ finally got the Nuggets on board with a floater. And MPJ then drew a foul, sinking one of two free throws to tie the game. Jokić checked back in at the 7:30 mark, but the Thunder capitalized on missed shots and sloppy turnovers, building a 6-point lead. Defensive lapses by the Nuggets left Thunder shooters wide open for uncontested threes. Like, they definitely did their homework on the Nuggets. They know that the Nuggets had been horrendous in defending the arc, essentially. And they took advantage of that up and down the court this game. It was really frustrating, allowing OKC to push their lead to 8 and become the first to reach 50. CB provided the spark the Nuggets needed, scoring back-to-back buckets to cut that deficit down to 5. And then the Nuggets kept the momentum going with a consecutive threes from CB and MPJ to tie the game again. However, SGA, the free throw merchant that he is, attacked the rim and drew a foul on Jokić, knocking down the and one to put the Thunder back up by 3. Despite a late push, the Thunder edged out the Nuggets in the quarter 33-31 and went into the half with a 1-point lead, 61-60. Third quarter started, and the Thunder opened the third quarter with a layup from Jalen Williams, sparked a quick 5-0 run before CB ended the drought with a layup for the Nuggets' first points. Early foul trouble plagued the Nuggets, sending the Thunder to the line repeatedly and putting them over the limit within the first 3 minutes. It was ridiculous. Costly defensive lapses led to 3-point plays from both SGA and Holmgren, forcing Malone to call another timeout. Out of that break, the Thunder continued to dominate at the free throw line, extending their lead to 10. A successful challenge on an out-of-bounds call kept momentum on OKC's side, but that began to shift when Holmgren picked up his fourth foul by grabbing Jokic's jersey. The Nuggets were able to capitalize, trimming the deficit to 6 before SGA once again got to the line. In the final moments, Murray grabbed a rebound off of a missed Jokić 3 and drilled a 3 of his own, cutting the lead down to just 3. Despite that late push, though, the Thunder still won the third 25-23. And then the fourth quarter, this is kind of where things got away from the Nuggets. The Nuggets opened the fourth quarter with Jokić actually on the court, starting the fourth this time. He found Pickett for a quick bucket, but an early momentum was short-lived. Jokić checked out at the 9-minute mark, and frustration grew when Malone was hit with a technical foul after Brody took a shot to the face from Holmgren with no foul call. And this was a pivotal moment in the game, because had that been called a foul, that would have been Holmgren's 6th foul, and he would have been checked out of the game. But that was never called. The refs 100% were behind OKC in this game, and that was really frustrating and disappointing and really unacceptable. The Thunder continued to control the game as Jalen Williams hit a floater to make them the first to 100, pushing their lead to double digits. Jokić then re-entered at the 7:30 mark and knocks down a 3 to cut the deficit to 7, but OKC responded with back-to-back buckets to push the lead back up to 11, and that's where they ran away with the game then. The Thunder dominance continued as they stretched the lead to 17 before Jokić finally got a layup to bring the Nuggets to 100 finally. But with the last 2 minutes, you could just see that the Nuggets were defeated. They gave up. They 100% gave up, and they were just allowing the Thunder to get easy buckets then, and the deficit ballooned to 22. The Nuggets conceded, allowing OKC to cruise to a blowout finish. The Thunder dominated the fourth 41-20 and got the W with 127-103. Hey, we'll get into stats after this. As a cinematographer, photographer, and now a podcaster, I do believe lighting is everything. And if you're serious about creating dynamic content, you need to check out Nanlite. They're all about precision and control. Whether it's soft, natural lighting or vibrant colors, Nanlite gives you full flexibility to set the mood for any scene. From compact LEDs to powerful softboxes, Nanlite has light solutions that fit every setup. It's ideal for photographers, like myself, videographers, like myself, and creators who want to pro-grade quality right out on their fingertips. With Nanlite, you're lighting like a pro every time. And we're back. All right, so stats here. Michael Porter Jr. played 38 minutes today, and he was actually really good. We got a good Michael Porter Jr. game. He had 24 points, 15 rebounds, so a double-double for him. He had 1 block, 10 for 19 from field, 3 for 8 from 3, 1 for 2 from free throws. Free throws were not great for the Nuggets. Horrible, rather. We shot 55% from free throws. That should give you an idea of how bad the Nuggets were from the free throw line. Turnovers, Michael Porter Jr. had 2. He had 4 personal fouls. He was a minus 33. He was not the worst player on the team, and yet he had a minus 33. He had the worst minus of all the players. Aaron Gordon, in the 6 minutes that he was in the game, was able to rack up 5 points, 2 rebounds. He was 2 for 3 from free throws or from field, 1 for 1 from 3, and then he was 0 for 1 from free throws. He had 0 turnovers, 0 personal fouls. He was a +4. He was the only plus on the Nuggets, and that's only because he left and didn't really get to play the rest of the game. Nikola Jokić, 41 minutes, 64 points, 13 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 shy of another triple-double, 1 steal, 3 blocks, 10 for 23 from field, 2 for 10 from 3, 2 for 6 from free throws, 2 turnovers, 3 personal fouls was a -13. So you might ask yourself, why was Nikola Jokić 2 for 6 from free throws and 2 for 10 from 3? Was it an off day? No. It actually started off with him very good sinking buckets. But Hartenstein, I think it was in the first or second quarter, did a hard foul on Jokić, a really hard foul, sending him to the floor, and he landed on his elbow. And from then on, he was just suffering. You could tell that it was plaguing him. It was bothering him throughout the rest of the game. So that's what happened, and that's why you saw the efficiency drop with Jokić. And then CB, he played 32 minutes today. He should have played more. I don't know why Malone checked him out, because he was a big aspect to just everything on both sides of the court, defense and offense. He had 19 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. He had 8 for 15 from field, 3 for 5 from 3. He missed his only free throw, which was unfortunate. 1 chance to do a and one play, a 3-point play. He had 1 turnover, 3 personal fouls. He was a -13. And then Jamal Murray played 42 minutes, the most amount of minutes of all the Nuggets tonight. He had 17 points, a very quiet game for Murray. He should have been better for sure. 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal. He was 6 for 17 from field, 1 for 5 from 3. He was 4 for 4 from free throws. He was the only Nugget to make all of his free throws. He had 1 turnover, 2 personal fouls, was a -17. The bench-wise, Westbrook had 11 rebounds, but only 4 points and 5 assists. He had 1 block, but he was 1 for 9 from field, 1 for 3 from 3, 1 for 2 from free throws. He had 1 turnover, 2 personal fouls, was a -17. Zeke Naji saw some minutes tonight, or today, and you could tell he was hurting with his ankle. He was a little bit slower than he normally is. Wasn't jumping as much as he was. You could see it was bothering him. I don't know if he's going to play tomorrow. And that also made his overall performance suffer. Peyton Watson had a horrible game. He played 5 minutes tonight. Didn't get a single point. He missed his only chance at a field goal shot. He missed his only chance at a 3-point shot. He didn't have any turnovers, but he did have a personal foul, and he was a -10. Jalen Pickett had 7 points with 16 minutes, and then he was a -7. And then you had the basically the G Leaguers. Only note here is that Vlatko Cancar finally was up for playing again. We saw him get 1 minute and 13 seconds of playing time and didn't have any effect on the game at all. He was a -2. The thing that I'm really surprised is that DeAndre Jordan didn't see any minutes tonight against a OKC Thunder team, which is fairly big. They were playing both Holmgren and Hartenstein at the same time, and yet Malone decided to just play Jokić as our big man. And as soon as AG went out, he was playing small, and he should have had DJ in there who gives us size. He gives us aggressiveness. He is a great rebounder. He should have been playing, and he wasn't, and that was really unfortunate. So overall stats here, we had 48 rebounds to their 56. We had 22 assists to their 25. We had 3 steals to their 5. We had 6 blocks to their 14. We shot 41% from field. They shot 48%. We shot 34% from three. They shot 34%. We shot 55% from free throw, like I said before. They shot 88%. And then we had 7 turnovers. They had 5. We had 18 personal fouls. They had 20. So big thing here I wanted to note is that Hartenstein had 4 personal fouls. Holmgren had 5. SGA had 3. And yet they went to the free throw line more often than we did. They should have fouled out. Hartenstein should have fouled out. Holmgren should have fouled out. SGA should have been dangerously close to fouling out. And yet they were allowed to continue to foul up and down the court, which was really unfortunate. Hartenstein got a double-double with 10 and 11. Holmgren had 14 points. And SGA had a 40-point game, which the media is taking and running away with. They are saying that closes the MVP talks. But let me tell you what his percentage-wise was. He shot 46 from field. He shot 18 from 3. He only made 2 out of 11 attempts for 3. He did make all of his free throws because he's really good at that, because he goes to the free throw line so often. He had 1 turnover, and he had 3 personal fouls again. So was he really the MVP of the game? I don't think so. Most of his points came from the free throw line. So we'll just leave that there for now. And we're going to get into big takeaways after this. Hey everyone, let's talk sound quality. Imagine having pro-level audio that's easy to set up, flexible, and sounds incredible. That's the Røde Pod Mic USB. It's got both USB and XLR connections, so whether you're recording solo at home or in a full studio setup, you're covered. And get this, the built-in DSP effects let you adjust the sound with 0 lag. You get that deep, smooth broadcast tone right out of the box. It's versatile, powerful, and basically makes your voice sound like pure gold. And we're back. All right, so takeaways here. I actually have quite a few takeaways from this game, so buckle in. There were many factors in how OKC got this win. AG going out with his calf strain. Again, Hartenstein fouling Jokić hard enough that his elbow affected how he played the entire rest of the game. Holmgren allowed to hit Brody in the face without a foul, allowing Holmgren to stay in the game when he should have fouled out. SGA's ability to draw the weakest fouls. But despite all of these factors, the Nuggets still had this game within grasps. They just gave up at the end and stopped playing defense and got down after seeing missed shots after missed shots. It pains me to say this, and I'm finally changing my mind and conceding that SGA is the MVP of going to the free throw line. The fact anyone thinks that SGA is actually MVP is crazy. It just tells me they are biased and don't actually understand team sports. SGA scores a lot of points. Yeah, they have an award for that. It's called the scoring title. OKC is where they are in the standings because they are a great team. They have a lot of depth. They have great depth, actually. They are able to win games without SGA. They are a really good team. That's why they are the 1 seed. Jokić going out makes the Nuggets horrible. That's the level of impact he has. Other teams actually have plays for the non-Jokić minutes. You don't have that with the OKC. Also, the Nuggets don't have another all-star. It's only Jokić. The Nuggets are where they are because of Jokić. You just can't say the same with SGA. Jalen Williams is great. He's an all-star. Holmgren and Hartenstein are phenomenal. You can't say that the same thing is going on with the Nuggets right now. They are literally where they are because of Jokić. He is the definition of most valuable player. SGA just goes to the free throw line so often, and he's phenomenal at being able to draw those fouls. He's able to convince the refs of how he got fouled. There was a play tonight where he got a foul drawn on Jokić, and it was the weakest foul. Totally SGA was slowly leaning back to make it look like he got fouled hard, but he didn't. He was not fouled. And the same thing happened with Brody. He jumped sideways. In what basketball world do you jump sideways to make a shot? You don't. It's just not the way that you naturally shoot the ball. You always normally shoot forward towards the basket. And he was in the paint area where there was no other contention ahead of him. He just saw Brody coming up on his right side and jumped sideways into him. It was ridiculous, the kind of foul calls that the whistle was giving OKC, or really the Nuggets, against the Nuggets in favor of OKC. It was ridiculous. So, no, SGA is not the overall MVP, but I will concede that he is the MVP of going to the free throw line. The Nuggets, though, are going to have to play harder and smarter tomorrow. They are now down 2-1 in the regular season series against the Thunder. It's a back-to-back. They need to expect AG to not play tomorrow. Zeke might not play either because of his ankle issue, and then Jokić might be questionable. And the Nuggets are just going to have to plan how to win this without Jokić. If they manage to get a win against OKC without their MVP number one player, imagine how that's going to look against the OKC and how it's going to look for Denver, for the Nuggets. And that's why I'm telling you, they're going to have to play better. Everyone's going to have to step up. Tomorrow is going to be a full, all hands on deck. Everyone play the best game that they can play against OKC. CB is going to have to play hard. MPJ is going to have to play hard. Brody's going to have to play hard. Murray's going to have to play hard. Pickett's going to have to play hard. If Zeke Naji plays, he's going to have to play hard. I'm sure Hunter Tyson's going to get some minutes. He's going to have to play hard. And P. Watt's going to have to play hard. DeAndre Jordan is going to get minutes for sure. He's going to have to play hard. If Vlatko gets minutes, he's going to have to play hard. Every Nugget will have to play hard. And if they don't, then we are going to end up losing this game as well. And we're going to fall again 3-1 against the Thunder like we did last season. At least this season, we're on a back-to-back, and we are great with back-to-backs on the second game of a back-to-back. So that is in our favor, but we just need to make sure that the Nuggets need to make sure that they're playing their best game possible, because now things are not looking. This actually hurt. This loss really hurt the Nuggets. And how did it affect the Nuggets? Well, now we had that loss, so that dropped us back to the third place, allowing the Lakers to get back into the second place. We were in the second seed going into this game because the Lakers took that loss to the Celtics. It's the only time I'm going to celebrate a win for the Celtics. The only time. You're not getting a single other celebration from me, Celtics. It's just that one. So thank you for beating the Lakers. But now we need to rely on the Lakers to lose again and for us to win. So we are now 41-23 win-loss record. We stand one win above the Lakers, one loss ahead, also ahead of the Lakers, or rather one more loss against the Lakers. So we're both sitting with one loss each, and they're now in the second seed. We're third seed. And OKC now is on a 7-game winning streak. They are 53-11. So we now dropped to 12 games behind them. Ridiculous. This was a good opportunity, and the Nuggets blew it. But that just means that they need to play that much harder tomorrow. So on the East side, you have Cleveland also quietly with a 13-game winning streak. No one's talking about. They're playing phenomenal basketball. And then Boston has now a 4-game winning streak. They're pretty much going to win get the second seed Cleveland's going to get that first seed. So those two are both going to the playoff season. They've already clinched it. OKC's clinched playoffs. So now it's pretty much down to what's going to happen in the West, and it's so close with the 2 to 6 area there. Actually, I would say 2 to 8, maybe even no. Actually, 2 to 10. It's pretty much 2 to 10. Like, if you lose one game, then now we're going to drop to the 4th seed, or rather, even the 5th seed, because it's like dangerously close. You have Memphis with a game and a half behind us and the Lakers. You have Houston 2 games behind us. Golden State is 5 games behind us, but they are 3 games behind Houston. Houston is a half a game behind Memphis. And then the Timberwolves are a half a game behind the Golden State. The Clippers are a full game behind Minnesota. The Kings are a half a game behind the Clippers. And Dallas is 2 games behind the Kings. So this is anyone's season now at this point, with I think it's like 19 games left in the season. It's very close to everything. So we just got to be smart about these next games and play it very hard, but also maintain that level of energy to be able to play still in the postseason, so we're not what we did last season. So next games, like I said, we have OKC second of the back-to-back, but then the last matchup of the regular season against OKC tomorrow. Then we're back home on Wednesday against the Timberwolves, and then on Friday against the Lakers, and then I believe that's also a back-to-back there. We have then on Saturday we're facing the Wizards, and then we go on the road. So we got a little homestand after this, and then we're back on the road. So a lot of games, a lot of difficult games ahead of the Nuggets. This is when they show that they are still a contender for that title. So let's go Nuggets. That's pretty much all I got for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Well, I'll be back then tomorrow. But please, if you did like it, give it a like and subscribe. Share it out to your friends and family. And you've been listening to CS 105.1, where I talk about sports with good vibes. We'll catch you tomorrow.